Hey, welcome artists and art fans. Thank you guys for tuning into the only spot where we talk to your favorite artists about their trade, their tools, and their tips. I'm your host, Zim Zimmer, and you guys are on Chatting with Zim. We are on episode number 54, if I'm not mistaken. Man, what a day, what a week, right, guys? Today, guys, we got a returning guest, and there he is, man of the hour. He's been on episode 3 and episode number 12. So, once again, Chicago native, present to you guys and introduce to you for the third time the Familia de
Hey,
la
hold
Torre
on, hold on.
comics. Boo! We're off.
Ah,
What up? What's up, primo? ¿Cómo
had a
estás, bro?
technical difficulty. Bien, ¿y tú?
Good, man. Good, been better. Been worse. Surviving.
Yeah,
You know how it
yeah,
is.
likewise. Yeah, likewise.
Let's go ahead. There
I
you
like
go.
the jersey.
Thanks, bro. Gotta represent. I mean, this fool went away, but it's whatever.
Oh, well.
Had to throw it down for those Chicago heads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
See, shout
Yeah,
out.
I got one just like that too.
That's what's up. I should have wore it. Forgot to send you the memo.
Uh, yeah, you should have.
Oh man. So let's see. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see. Abe Dueña Art gets a shout out. DLT Liz, orale, gets a shout out. There we go. Let me see. I got a
Yeah.
I got a big old mess, man. I've been trying to work on this little studio here, but I don't want to show you guys. I'm embarrassed.
All right. Little by little, man.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, little by little.
There you go.
What's up with the heat, man? How you dealing with this heat wave?
Man, you didn't see it the other day, man. I'm slipping and sliding all over the place.
I just took a shower and came out. I'm still sweating, man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Malacat. That's another shy native right there. Shout out to Mally underscore cat. If you guys are into candles and stuff, make sure you guys hit her up. Peace. Thanks for
Cool.
tuning in. Cool,
Yep.
cuz. So what's new, man? It's last time we spoke was literally a year ago.
For real? Damn.
Yeah, no. This is your third time on,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
hmm It was right before Christmas.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Right before
episode
Christmas.
episode 12.
Wow, you're on 54 now?
I'm on
Yeah.
54 now, bro.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
Uh, yeah.
And that and
I don't
that's
know. I don't know. I admire your focus because you've been very consistent with the episodes and with looking for new artists and setting up interviews. I
man,
would have lost track a long time ago.
bro, and it is something that I learned that it's harder to do by yourself. Now I understand why there's a bunch of like people that the team behind production and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but it's definitely hard, man. And there were times where I did want to give up, and like by some sort of sign from God, I would get this message on my DMs, and it would say, "Hey, man, thank you for doing what you do. Your show got me, and this artist got me going back. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm in the right direction, man, and I kept going with it, man.
Yeah, in some way it benefits others. Like say if you get an artist on, it's never had, it hasn't been seen by anybody, it helps them with their maybe confidence, self-esteem, maybe stuff like that too.
Yeah, and it's like, it's something that, like I say it all the time. It's something I felt that the community, especially artists like you and I who are just coming up. You know, it's we. I've been I try to create this outlet for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's working, man. I love it, man. I love talking to you guys all the time, catching up with my returning guests as well, and seeing where we're at, man.
yeah, but once again, huge props to you, man.
Oh, thanks, cuz. Appreciate it, man. So the show's about you, bro. Enough about
Uh,
enough about the show, man. So
yeah, well,
how's your
as of late,
what happened?
what's that? No, go ahead.
So let's start with something that's the most obvious. This whole COVID artist life, man. How has it treated you, bro?
Yeah. Well, COVID's been rough, just like anybody else, but luckily it hasn't really impacted my family and nobody near me. I mean, you see all the deaths going on and you get super paranoid, but luckily it hasn't hit home. But I mean, throughout this whole thing, I see many people had the opportunity to work from home and all that stuff, or they've had more free time on their hands. But for me, it's kind of not too much change because I still had to go to work and all that stuff, and I don't have too much spare time as a lot of people living the quarantine life did. But I mean, I've still art wise during quarantine, it's still the same as usual for me. I've done what every little minute I can squeeze in some kind of art page, for
Yeah,
my stories I'm writing and drawing. I try to cram them in, every spare minute I get, and uh, it same goes for work and same goes for when I'm home. But not too much change. The just the fear level change that went up
that
a
skyrocketed.
1,000%. Yeah. Yeah, along with the COVID and protests, looting, shootings. Oh my goodness, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, you just uh, I don't know, just focus on focus on the small happy things that you have going on, and be thankful that we're not sick and we're still healthy, and you know, God forbid, you get a headache and you're like, oh shit, this is a COVID symptom. Oh, you start freaking out. But luckily, the next day your headache goes away and you're like, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
Let's get back to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely scary, man. I mean, especially like personally, my girl has allergies, so if she starts sneezing and you kind of like look at her, it's like, should I kick her out the car yet or wait for the stop? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the way people think it has changed. It's all shifted. But it's funny how we all change so drastically and all at the same time. It's like, am I one of the sheep, or am I or should I think for myself? But I mean, the COVID's out there. It's something's making all these people sick, and something's making these people die. But at the same time, you want to keep that sanity level. Keep yourself sane at the same time.
No, for sure.
Uh, yeah. So like I've always thought that we have no control over many things. So that's why I like dwelling into my stories or my pages, because that world I control, I can kill COVID in my stories, or I can
For real,
I
right?
can save all these lives. But I mean, with the whole COVID, I don't really it hasn't really inspired me to do any like things COVID related. It's just trying to stay focused on the stuff that I've made up my mind that I'm gonna finish by the end of the year. That's mainly what I try to focus on. So COVID's rough though. It is rough.
No, yeah, definitely, man. Um, last time we were, I mean, just a little off the topic here. I mean, just last time you were on, for those that guys that missed it, it was episode 12. We were actually talking about your first mini comic that you did.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Uh, I did complete it. It's still in the works. I'm still editing the lettering because I wanna, when I first finished it, it was all hand lettered, and I looked over it, and I'm like, man, this is like it looked crappy, the hand lettering.
yeah,
I didn't even, yeah. To me, I thought I had, made it straight lines, but I mean, it's really, I wasn't really happy about it, so I decided I was gonna letter it in Photoshop. So it's been a slow process, but it's coming along. But at the same time, uh, at work, on my lunch, or like I said, any downtime I get, I try to squeeze in, pages from other stories as well that I'm working on. But that's why I haven't really posted much on Instagram because I mean, with COVID and it takes up a lot of your time. You get home, you gotta take off your dirty clothes, sanitize, put your clothes in the laundry, wash that, wipe everything down. It's like an extra half hour taken away from your life. It's
yeah.
and that extra half hour maybe I could have spent, right before I went to sleep to do some more editing in Photoshop or something like that. But it, it's uh it changed a lot of things, your routine changes, but like I said before, I mean, it's still in the works. My goal is, by the end of the year, I have these maybe like 4 or 5 stories, and all coming out at the same time,
Oh, nice.
and that's my goal. Yeah, that's my goal to just. Recently, I've invested in some inking tools because I was lacking in some of those. Because most of my stories, I mean, the pencils are all done, and I've decided I'm gonna letter all those in Photoshop. So right now, the next step for me is just to ink them all.
No, excuse my reach there. I just needed to grab something really quick. And for all you
What's
guys
that?
that don't know what we're talking about, once again, uh, this is the Torre Comics Super
Oh yeah,
Boots.
there you go.
There you go. So
Super
this
Boost.
is
Yeah.
a signed copy, guys. I got the first print, suckers. Nah, I'm just joking.
That's one of the rough copies.
This is the rough copy, but it's an awesome story. Definitely, definitely go check him out. I don't think he's really made it public. I mean, so you're seeing it here first.
No, not really, not really. The reason that being is I want to have something to show that's
Yeah,
complete. So it's all in the works still. But by the end of the year, come 2021, everything should be coming out at the same time. And I'm trying to get my name out there and pick up some fans, pick up some people who like some fun stories, some fun adventure stories.
yeah, for sure, dude.
So that's the goal. So I'm trying to just focus on that.
And it's another thing that I like talking about here on the show, dude, is we like to share tips on just an artist, real life, things that happen throughout our lives and stuff. And one of the things is time management, dude. I personally
Yep.
feel that you have a great grasp on time management. I mean, is there any? I know we talked about it last time, with the quote from Javier Hernandez.
Right.
Just do it. It's not no
Just
shout
do
outs
it.
to Nike.
Right. No.
You know,
Yeah, it's similar, but I mean that's pretty much how it goes. It's you just have to dive into doing something and just keep active. Just I don't stop and wait for something to happen. You have to make it happen. I mean, it's been a slow process, but it's little, like I said, little by little, building blocks. I mean, that Ashcan copy took me a year to make,
Yeah.
but it's it takes time, and I don't have that 8 hour shift where I can sit down and draw all day. That would be great. Maybe I'd get more stuff out, but I do what I can with what I have. So little by little, but it's all coming. I've kind of surprised myself because I've I've been surprised at how much I've produced, story wise and art wise with the stories. I said to myself I'm gonna do multiple stories at the same time, uh, pencil them and ink them, and then that's what I've been doing. So it's just reminding myself that it can't be done, and like I said before, you have to squeeze it in.
No, for
I
sure,
carry
dude.
this folder at work, this little envelope, like the A big. And I don't carry around my 11 by 17 pages because those are too big to be walking around at work. They're gonna be, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? Are you working or what are you doing with that? But what I put in the big envelope is, those copy papers. I fold them in half and I stick them in there, maybe like 5 or 6 at a time. When I'm gassing up a vehicle, I take it out while I'm gassing up, throw down some pencils.
No, for sure.
Vehicles finished gassing up. Yeah, whatever spare time I get. Lunchtime, and I try to eat my food before my lunch. That way I get the full hour to have something to do. Just
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to waste 15 minutes eating and then have 45 minutes to draw. It's by the time I finish drawing a leg, my 45 minutes are up. And I'm like,
Yeah, and no, I get it, man, and it's something I love to preach. It's not just time management, but this also has to deal with sacrifices. Little sacrifices that
yeah,
make that distance a lot closer. That light at the end
yeah,
of the
yeah,
tunnel. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But at the end of the day, I try not to stress myself and be like, oh, I only got one page done today, or I didn't get any pages done today, because really it's all about me enjoying what I'm doing. I'm not gonna stress out about like, oh, I gotta complete this and I gotta make money off of this, or because if I do that, it's not fun, and I'm just forcing things. I just wanna let things happen, if anything happens. But as long as that makes me happy or keeps me sane,
No, for
you
sure.
know, it's what I do. So.
You start going crazy. It's like
Well, yeah, I
start ripping
mean,
everything up.
I love spending time with my family. I love my kids, but sometimes, you need how do you say, well, leave this world.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you want to like, leave it all. And I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't do none of that stuff. My outlet is drawing. Dwelling into my world and my stories, or playing some basketball. But when you get older, your knees start going bad, so I can't do that much more anymore. So.
Man, the other day I was slipping and sliding with that slip and slide thing with my daughter, man, and I woke up
Ah,
sore the next day, dude. I was like, whoa,
yeah.
I was hurting in places I
You
didn't know
don't,
I could hurt before.
yeah, right. You don't bounce back that easy no more. Hey, what's up, primo? Look at that.
Look
Your
at
bro is
big bro in the
saying what's
house.
up.
uh, Hope he's being good over there.
Yeah.
Oh, also, another awesome thing that happened this year, man, was that whole Mac tournament, dude.
Oh yeah,
I definitely want some of your input
that
on
was
that, man.
that was fun. Well, like I was saying before, I wasn't being too active on Instagram, because because I was focusing on my other work, and oh, there you go. Yeah, I had fun coming up with that. I wanted to give a shout out to Chicago and the whole that Michael Jordan interview that was going on at the time.
Yeah.
That was a big inspiration. The Last Dance. That was.
Oh yeah, The Last Dance.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to all these old school players that I admired. Coming up in the '90s. Just stuff that make you feel good. Well, it makes me feel good. Thinking about all those basketball players from back then. And plus, I remember back in the '90s, but Bugs Bunny was really in. Everybody had
The whole
those Bugs Bunny shirts with the big baggy shorts. So
that whole
I'm gonna throw them in there.
gangster Bugs Bunny
That
and
thuggish,
Taz, they were all like that, lean,
yeah,
back to back.
the
Yeah,
thug
man.
that Looney Tunes. Yeah.
Everybody had
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, so I've never really been a part of a like art contests or tournaments, stuff like that. So this was as soon as Bruce, put it up, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to try this. It seemed exciting. I got a little bit excited, so I figured, hey, let's give it a shot. But I wish I could have spent more time on that piece there.
No,
I
it's
I, I kind of wish I had like markers. They would have worked out better.
what was the what did he use for it?
Well, I used like for the skin tones, I used colored pencils, and for the cape, I used I only have this one. What's that brand called? Posca,
Yeah.
the Posca marker. Yeah, I have this one big fat red marker that I found somewhere, and I used it, and I used the shit out of it. And a black sharpie for the background, and oh, I had the Sharpie fine point color pen.
Yeah.
I used mostly that for the little figures in the back.
No, it was a great execution, man. It's something that I think a lot of people, they need to go back and really look at that piece, man. You know what I mean? So definitely a
Yeah,
lot
well, I
of
used I used
what
I
was it?
used the reference picture for that piece for the Jordan and the Bugs Bunny. There's a picture, a reference picture where Jordan's standing there with Bugs Bunny when they were promoting Space Jam. So I used that image, and I just changed Jordan's face. I wanted to make him more godlike, more like intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Interesting choice of
I just
words,
give.
bro.
Yeah, well, he is godlike in the basketball
Right?
world. He can't.
Right, he is. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that. You got a point,
Yeah,
touche.
right.
No, but what I'm talking about is just the little details in the piece. It's something that I recommend, and then especially for basketball fans, it's definitely I could see it as a poster. Let's put it that way. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah, for Chicago fans, he's definitely got it. He's rocking his rings there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to shout out the Mac crew on his gear
On
there,
his gear as well. You know what? Let me.
and on his arm.
So, bam, there you go.
Yeah, the Mac crew, and I think at Bugs Bunny, I put it on Bugs Bunny also, or no?
It says Chicago.
Yeah, I put it on his leg, didn't I? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
put it on his
did.
leg.
Right there in the
Yeah, his
shorts.
thigh. His thigh. I want to be anatomically correct.
The crest here. The 23 in gold. The little
Yeah,
things here.
yeah,
The little bulls. Little details like this is what makes this piece.
yeah.
Larry
Can
Bird up
you can
here.
you name all can you name all the little characters?
No, I cannot.
No?
Not. No,
Dang.
I cannot, man. I'm gonna lose a lot of fans over from this. What I'm about to say, but uh, I'm not really a big sports person, even though I'm all decked out in Chicago Bulls gear right now.
Yeah, right. Thanks, thanks, Gutter Baby, for the compliment there. She says all kinds of details, impressed with the limited supplies and what you created with that. Oh, thank you very much. You do what you can with what you have.
Yep, that's what I always say.
Yeah,
And
yeah, like
just tell us your how you felt, when you made it to the second round, and then obviously the when you left. I mean, I left too, so don't worry, I'm in the club. I think the champ is in here though.
it was fun. It was fun. Oh, there, yeah, the champ, right?
Yeah, the champ. There you go.
Um, no, well, I didn't really. Like a lot of people who are sometimes they get really serious about competition and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I mean, I just wanted to have fun, and if I reached the end and got that super cool prize, that would have been great. But it just goes to show you that you need more, maybe more experience, or maybe more, I don't know, tools, better tools, better designs, better ideas. Because I mean, when I went up against Alo, he has a whole lot of experience, and his marker game is top notch. You can't just go in there thinking you're gonna stroll right past him.
Oh man.
He's no joke,
Yeah, yeah, man.
He's no joke, It's like if I go up against if I played basketball against an eighth grader, the eighth grader's not gonna beat me because I got a bunch of experience, unless the
I,
eighth grader's like unless
man,
he's like 7 foot tall,
man, I
or
seen I seen these
16.
new shorties ball like crazy, dude. So you know what I mean? Eh,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
But I have a lot of experience, I have a lot of experience playing basketball, so I mean, I
míralo,
could surprise you here and there,
míralo.
Yeah, I get my basketball game in when I can.
That's what's up, then.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, overall, you have fun though with the tournament.
I did have extremely. It was extremely fun,
Yeah,
When
definitely.
I did start feeling like when a little feeling, oh, hey, thanks a lot, hey, doing art. I'll keep you in mind when I finish my comic. He says, let me help you out when you need to get your comic out. Yeah,
Abe doing the art.
thanks, Abe.
Yeah, Abe
Yeah,
is definitely
yeah.
a go getter, man. Big things coming the way, you know.
Oh
Big
yeah,
things.
I've seen his stuff. It's
Yeah,
some amazing stuff. He creates some amazing things.
yeah, man. And
Uh,
no, I was just about to just say. I mean, if you guys missed his episode, Abe was on uh, episode 52. So make sure you guys go check it out. All shows are on the YouTube channel.
YouTube.
So for sure,
Yeah,
right now, we're thank you guys for joining us. This is about almost the halfway point. So once again, we welcoming back that Della Torre Comics.
thank you. Well, like I was saying about the competition, yeah, it was extremely fun. But sometimes you get this natural feeling when you see yourself losing. You go back to
Oh man.
you go. It just creeps in because it's natural. A lot of people don't like losing, and you feel like this little kid again. When you don't get what you want, and you this little feeling in your head, this little feeling in the back of your head, like, oh, I'm not good enough. Why is this happening to me? I can do better. You gotta get a little bit down on yourself, but then you remind yourself, hey, you're a grown ass man. This is just for fun. There's no reason to stress out about this. Life goes on.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's that competitive nature in people, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people have it worse than others, but
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, there
yeah,
were a few people that unfortunately had to leave due to stuff like that. I guess. But
Yeah,
But yeah, at the end of the day, man, it was definitely fun. So I would do it
it
again.
was fun. Yeah, didn't Bruce tease that there might be another one coming up?
Yeah, Mac. Right now we are. I think he teased that he wants to do a part two of that, and I think the battles are gonna start. The one-on-one battles are gonna come back on again. So big things
Oh,
from
okay.
for Mac Crew Monsters Art Clan.
Follow Monsters Art Clan.
As far as any tools, man, anything new that you've picked up, or anything that you see yourself using a lot more frequently than other times, cuz.
Well, no, like I said, I just invested in some new inking supplies.
Hmm.
So they should be coming in the mail. Uh, I've always wanted to try the Pentel brush pen.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to try that out because I see lot of artists that I follow that I admire. They use that tool, and plus my micron right now, so I need new micron. I ordered some new '08 micron, and I saw this whiteout pen, this Pentel whiteout
Oh yeah,
tool thing.
yeah.
Yeah, so I ordered one of those too because that gel pen I was using was crap. You know, I had a really hard time on that. The what is that?
This is actually,
The gel
hold on.
pen.
It's called the Uniball Signal.
Right? How does it behave?
Oh man, flawlessly, bro.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, because I tried I had this other gel pen and it was, oh my goodness, it misbehaved on me so bad when I was working on that Jordan piece. I
No,
was getting really frustrated with it, and I needed a new tool.
this is an artist's secret right here, man. I got Phalo on it. Neon Haze uses it as well. Um, I mean, it's not really a secret, but just as an artist, from artist to artist, this is definitely a weapon you want in your arsenal. I still got a bunch of prints, a folder that before this whole COVID mess happened. So not only that, I ordered maybe like a set of 10 of these. So man, let me know when. Hopefully over the weekend I could go and deliver that, and I'll toss you a couple of these so you could try them out.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know. Remind me, cause I got you know.
Oh man, I'm the same way.
Yeah, man. Just let me know whenever I'll just swing by in the morning, drop them off really quick, and you trust me, you'll love them, and any other artists out there, I guarantee you'll love them as well. Um, the only one thing is that you can't really go quickly. It's got to be like nice and smooth, you know. Because
mm,
then if you try to do
mhm.
like that, quick slashes
Yeah,
like that,
yeah, yeah.
but
Nope.
the end result is amazing, dude.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of I guess it's a lot of trial and error with these tools. You have to uh their behavior has to match what you want. You know, sometimes
Yeah,
you have to like match. It has to match your personality. The tool. You know,
yeah,
like a couple. Sometimes it doesn't get along. You got to throw it out. You know.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I think that every tool has its what's it say in Spanish is su maña. Uh,
Yeah, the habit. You know,
yeah. So
the
I mean,
way it behaves.
you got to learn how to definitely how to do it and what it's capable of doing. And then once you learn and master that, then it's just, the
Yeah,
sky's the limit from there.
yeah, exactly. That's one thing I've been trying to work on. It's just to dive in some of these different tools because sometimes you're like, oh, okay, this tool costs so much money, and like, I don't know, what if I buy it and it doesn't, match what I want? It's like, it's just that I guess that that little fear of trying something new, I guess. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to like. Yeah,
Now,
but yeah, I also want to jump into some markers, because that like Micro Mirrors
mhm.
when I went up against him, I thought he was gonna knock me out because his piece was super bright. The colors. I like the way his colors popped. In his art.
um, so for any of you guys that missed it, I spoke to Abe on episode 52, and he recommended some markers called Ohuhu. Have you ever heard of these?
No.
Ohuhu is,
Ohuhu.
yeah, Ohuhu. Ohuhu.
Mm,
He recommended these markers.
okay.
These are alcohol markers, dude. You know, um, so
Is
that
that the same as Copic? Copic is the
yes,
same thing.
yes, Copic, Prismas, they're all
Oh, okay.
alcohol. Uh,
Mm,
there's the no name brands such as Ohuhu's, there's Cali Art, and so many others. Uh, these markers, Abe recommended me a video, and these markers literally came second place over over. I think the guy tested over like 15, 20 brands of these, markers, these alcohol markers, and
yeah.
these came in number two. Number one being the Copics, or Copics,
Okay.
however you pronounce it. Uh, your
Yeah.
your cousin, my baby bro, he ended up ordering them.
Well, I
So
checked out his stuff. His stuff is yeah, cool. Dang,
160 markers, alcohol. I think $70,
that's decent.
less than 50 cents a marker, or give or take about 50 cents. You know, I've used.
Hey, with those with those markers, do they still read those like the Copic?
So here's a little thing. The markers, first off, just holding them in my hand, this is a quick little review, man, especially for you, since I, I know once you get these in your hand, dude, you're going to snap, dude. You know what I mean? Your color game is going to be elevated. I know it for a fact. First off,
Mm,
the quality of the markers is good. It feels just almost like a Copic, same. It's not that cheap plastic. Um, they do come in little little tip there, and you also get the chisel.
mm,
The new one, there's this is like version 1.0. Version 2.0, instead of a chisel, has a brush. You know what I mean?
mm.
So
Wow.
yeah, dude. Just using them, they say that Copic, since you could refill them, a lot of people, what they do is, they'll take the little nib off. You could just slide it off, and then they use the
You broke
Copic.
it.
No, and then they use the Copic refill ink to fill these up.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. So
Copic ain't gonna be happy about that.
you heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. You know what I mean? Little artist
Yeah.
secret insight here.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, dude. So are they refillable? Technically, no, but there are workarounds. You know what I mean?
Mm, okay.
So get your markers now before they stop doing that. Before they super glue the nibs in there.
Yeah, next paycheck. Next paycheck.
No, but they so the chisel ones are a lot cheaper. They're a bit cheaper than the brush tip ones, and they come in sets of 32, which for like $20, $30. You know what I'm saying? So you got
Yeah.
a price range, and you got your marker range as well. So take a look at them, man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Oh, ho,
All
ho.
right, check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, mm,
So a little bit
that's
more
dope.
about you, Juan. What song makes you
What's
instantly
up?
happy?
Song?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Dang. Like that, huh? All the hard
No,
hitting questions.
that's there's a song that just came out that every time every time it comes on the radio, you turn it, you crank it up. That it's called the After Party.
After party. Huh.
Yeah, something I forgot the guy's name. Something Tolliver or something like that. I forgot. It's called After Party. It's dope. I like it.
All
But
right.
that
All right.
song, as that song as of late, makes me happy when I hear it. I crank it up.
Dope. What music do you dislike the most?
Dislike. Dislike. Mm. Well, it's not music. It's a particular song. Is what I. It's
All
because
right.
I mean all kinds of music. If it's got a good beat, some good bass, I could deal with it. But if there's a song that just always annoys me, it's just a particular song. Yeah,
So the
that's
uh,
what it is.
so the more it's more of a song. And what type of music is this song? What genre?
It's usually pop. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So Britney
something that'll play
Spears.
on B96.
Ah,
Some
dude.
B96 stuff. Um,
For you guys that don't know, B96 is our pretty much like our most famous radio station here in Chicago. And just like all
yeah,
radio stations, they play out songs, play the same song 4 or 5 times in an hour. So, yeah, we all
yeah,
know that deal.
yeah.
Pencils,
Yep,
wooden or mechanical?
mechanical.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to let go of the wood because it'll smudge. It'll smudge. It'll be too messy for me.
Okay. Favorite
Yeah.
pizza place in Chicago?
Too. Just the pizza.
Is that what it is?
It's called Just the Pizza.
Huh. Where's
You
that
heard of
by?
it?
No.
It's on Archer Avenue near Harlem. No,
Ar-
wait.
Archer and Harlan. That's pretty close by.
Near, no, near Pulaski. It's on
Okay,
Archer, going towards Harlem. Yeah,
okay. Archer and Pulaski.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Huh.
between Pulaski and Harlem.
For the love of God.
Just Google it, man.
I will. I definitely will at this point. Oh my god. Um, Marvel or DC? I think we covered this one already.
Oh
Mar-
yeah.
Marvel or DC though?
As of right, as of right now, let's see what's going on. Well, there's nothing going on either. I guess right now DC because I'm investing in that Wonder Woman comic that's still out there, Dead Earth.
Hmm.
Yeah, so issue three just came out. I still gotta go get it, but I don't think I gotta see if my comic shop is open. I'm not sure.
There's always Amazon, bro.
Yeah, I looked it up, man. It's not on there.
For real? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, and I don't want to pay shipping. So
Yeah, there you go. That's usually where they
yeah,
get you. With shipping, you could buy another comic.
right. My wife always teaches me to be economical.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine's as well, so don't worry. It's good. It's good to have women like that once in a while.
Yeah, you gotta economize.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another one, man. That I want to get your insight on. Um, Trends in art, man. That kind of like make you angry or dislike.
Trend. I don't know. Well, when the whole COVID thing came out, everybody was doing COVID art. But it didn't really bother me. It's like there's nothing really that art trend that would annoy me. It's just that sometimes I see like a lot of people doing the same theme. And I'm like, should I jump in it? I'm like, but I don't want to be a follower.
Oh man, trendsetter over here, bro. Jeez.
No, I actually came up with I had an idea for a COVID piece, but it's still in the works, you know.
Okay. You're like,
Yeah.
everybody's doing COVID. I'm not gonna fall into that.
I will eventually.
For real, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What else, man? What else we got going on? Like for me, honestly, I just don't like all them. I don't like. Uh, I'll just keep my mouth shut on this one. Never mind. Forget it, everybody. I don't want to get myself into trouble.
Yeah, you don't want to put your
I
foot in your mouth.
yeah, I said it before, and if you guys go back, definitely, yeah, definitely go back and check it out. If you whoever finds it, let me know, and I'll give them some free art. I said that.
No, no, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot what episode it is. So whoever finds that answer of the trends that I hate, definitely go for it.
So don't hate, man. Participate.
Oh man, you know. Right now we're about the last 15 minutes of this show here. If you guys want to jump in and ask any questions for Delator Comics, Juan over here, just definitely go ahead and hit those little question mark card looking things down below. That way we could share the question with the entire group here.
Hmm. Yeah.
Any
So
and
you got any projects coming up?
uh yeah, yeah, I definitely do. Got a few collaborations. I gotta hit up Jay Gruesome. He wanted to collaborate as after the tournament. You know, after the tournament ended, he touched base and it's like, hey, let's do something. So, who else? Um, we got a what's his name? The talented Mr. D. I don't know if you
Mm,
follow him or if whoever knows the talented Mr. D. He's an awesome
I'll
artist.
check them out.
Yeah, definitely. He's gonna be coming on at the end of July, so we're trying to do a little something something, you know.
Mm.
What about yourself, man? I always talk about it, and I always preach that try to collaborate with people, man. Is there any artists that you would want to collaborate with?
I haven't had the pleasure to collaborate with anybody yet. I guess maybe it's because I'm not as out there on Instagram as I was before.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to collab with maybe Talo sometime. You know,
Okay.
uh, yeah, the guy who smashed me. Collab with him.
The guy who took your victory.
He took caused all this pain, internal pain I have.
Oh man. Man, so we got a two-part question from Abe. Well, it's two separate ones, but let's go ahead and we'll do the first one here. He says
What's that?
any teacher,
Teacher.
like, do you have you had a teacher in your art career, I guess is what
Hello,
he's asking.
with art teachers? No, not really. Mm-mm. Well, when I went to college, I had many art classes. Uh, there was a teacher. His name was Peter Welch. He was like he would teach concept art. That was one of my favorite classes because he'd show you how to do like character sheets and come up with your own characters and do like front view, side view, quarter view. That was a really fun class. So I I, I remember a lot of the things that he would teach. He taught me storyboarding stuff. How to like make lay out some visuals or how to the tempo of the story. You know that was a fun class. So
Now,
yeah. So
and
That was a cool teacher.
and just just to add to that, dude. With storyboards, is there any certain um any tips that you could give for people who might want a storyboard or don't know where to start? Is there anything you could do to or anything you could let them know that might help them out? I guess.
But storyboarding,
Not just storyboarding, but just laying out in general. I mean, you have a. It seems like you have a great grasp on how to build and how to lay out a comic. So for anybody
yeah.
who's
Well, just to be when it comes to storyboarding, just keep in mind where always keep in mind that it's what you're drawing is basically what the camera is looking at. So picture in your head that what you're looking at is what you're gonna see on TV, right? So always keep in mind that who you want to keep your eye on, who's the most important person or character in the visual, and try to keep them in balance. You don't always have to have them like in the center, but you could have them like maybe in the foreground, like over here in the front. But balance it out with something else. There's always got to be a balance in the visual. So you can't just have like a whole bunch of stuff over here and like nothing over here. It's kind of like I don't know if you know what I mean, but you can see like you
yeah
can feel like there's more weight over here than over here. So always try to keep the balance, but always keep in mind that the camera has to like be on what you want the people to focus on. That that's what I keep in mind. And it's like what are the people going to be seeing? If somebody reads the story, what do I want them to focus on in this pic? What information do I want them to get out of this visual?
yeah.
That that's basically what goes on, in my mind about that.
We got Della News. Abe asked another question, but we'll go back to this one. I think this one is a pretty interesting question from Della News. He asks, "Is it worth it, in your opinion, to go to art school in these times, given we all have the info on hand, or like on the internet, I
Mm,
guess?"
no, I don't think you should go to art school. Like you have everything yeah, on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube. Everything you need is, you know, you could look for it, look it up on Google. It's just the work you put into researching and self-teaching. There's gonna be a lot of mistakes, but you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. But I mean, it's all you could all look it up on the internet. It's all there for you. But the one thing, I mean, even they emphasize that like art school, they would emphasize networking. I mean, you're already doing that on Instagram.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
already making connections. I think art school is you don't really need it. I mean, if you got the money, fine, go ahead. But sometimes a lot of people who are successful and have art career, they don't never went to art school. So
Yeah,
that's what
it's.
I think.
I think it's almost the same thing as college. College. The number one thing they told me when I went is, it's networking, man. There's a saying that it's not what you know, but who you know in life that'll eventually help you. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. Most of the time. Sometimes you just get lucky and everything falls in your lap, but most of the time you gotta work for it. You gotta.
And yeah, no, I feel that. And let's close it up with a last question from Abe. I think you might have addressed this in episode 3, your first time around. But Abe is asking, uh, who inspired you as a kid?
Mm. Oh yeah. Well, I mentioned this before, and I think it was my first interview with you,
Yeah,
my first Instagram live. Yeah, it was my father. When I was a kid, I think I was 5 or 4. He sat me down Well, I think we were laying. I don't know. He was drawing this farm in farm animals and a farmer and other stuff, and they just I don't know, just opened my imagination that oh, this
Oh,
is
that's
drawing, you
cool.
know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so ever since then, you know, I would draw everything, trace, draw, color. So my father inspired me to open my imagination and start drawing. Yeah, my father.
yeah. Man, and as we he says, "Man, I'm jealous."
Mm.
As we get to the end of the show, man. Is there anything besides these awesome stories we're looking forward to, man? Anything else you want to share, or
Uh,
to all these youngins? You know what? Let's close it off with this, man. I know you were very hesitant to join Instagram. When you first started. You know what I mean? Now that you've been in here for a while, I mean, in about a minute or two, just what's something that you learned about Instagram, dude? Besides networking, because we just mentioned that. But
well, it's one thing I've learned that it's a really big community of artists. Uh, everybody's trying to create, inspire, you know, do what they love, which is whether it's photography or sculpting or drawing or painting. That it's you know, when you feel like, because sometimes I would always feel like, you know, I'm the only artist that I know around here. I don't hang around with artists. I don't, I don't have like artist meets or go to Starbucks and sit and draw with my artist friends. Sometimes I would feel alone, like I'm the only one that does this, or you know,
yeah,
or I could bounce things off of and learn and this and that. But with Instagram, you're like, I know it's through the internet, but you're not alone in this. You know, there's so many people out there. It's just a matter of asking, following, and sending a message, and try to reach out and communicate. You know, like they say, well, networking. You know, but my point is that you're not. When you feel like you're the only artist, or you can't ask advice, or you don't know what to do, or what to draw, or what tool to use, there's always somebody out there that you can ask. You're not you're not
yeah,
alone in the art community. You know, as an artist, you're not alone as you think. I mean, I don't know if in my neighborhood there's any artists, but I mean, but I wish I knew.
yeah. No, definitely. And that's about it, cuz. Thanks again for joining, man. Always a pleasure to have you on, brother.
Thank you so much for the invite, man.
Not a problem, not a problem. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, it's. I wish it was any other circumstance, man. I got some things to do after the show, so, or else I'd invite you onto hour two, man. But I think
Well, yeah, that would have been great, man.
you want to go hour two? We'll go hour two.
I gotta charge my phone, bro.
They all right. Well, there it is, and but
It's
next,
about to die.
but I'll have you on in a shorter, sooner than later. Let's put it on. How about that?
Oh, definitely. Maybe I have some fresh artwork to show.
Cool, cool. So let's go ahead. We got Don Tolliver taking us out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks again to Torre Comics. Make sure you guys go follow. Uh, check him out. Hit that follow button on his page there. Check out Chatting with Zim on YouTube. All the shows are up to date. This one should be out within a day or two. And stay tuned for next Monday. We got Sketching the Beast again, returning guest, second time. So thanks, cuz. Love you. Say hi to everybody,
Thank
to the
you.
fan for me, bro.
Yes,
Brazos.
sir. Thank you. Likewise. See
Thank you,
ya.
guys. Laters.